Namaste, Hamesha खुश रहो बिटिया. My name is Manisha Singh. Today I am teaching you Khoa, which is a dairy product, basically a traditional dairy product. Now let's start with what is Khoa. Khoa is an important indigenous milk product and it is conventionally prepared by heating, evaporating and desiccation of milk in an open kettle at atmospheric pressure accompanied by continuous stirring until dough-like consistency is achieved. Approximately 5.5% of total milk produced in India is converted into the khoa. Khoa serves as an intermediate or base material in preparation of variety of popular milk sweets. Among the traditional Indian dairy products, khoa and khoa-based sweets, namely peda, barfi, milk cake, kalakand, gulab jamun, etc., have high commercial significance because of the popularity throughout the country. It is also known as khoya, Khava, Kava, Palgoa, or Mava. Khoa occupies prominent place in the traditional dairy product sector. And nutritional point of view, Khoa is a very good source of muscle building proteins and it contains fairly good amount of fat and lactose which provide energy to the food. And it is also a good source of minerals, especially calcium, which is helpful for the bone health. Then what is the definition of Khoa? According to the Food Safety and Standards Regulation 2011, khoya by whatever variety of names it is sold as pindi, danedar, dhap, mawa or kava means the product obtained from cow or buffalo or goat or sheep milk or milk solids or a combination thereof by rapid drying. The milk fat content shall not be less than 30% on dry weight basis of finished product and it may contain citric acid not more than 0.1% by weight and it shall be free from added starch, added sugar, and added coloring matter. Then, what is the procedure of khoa manufacture? Khoa is obtained by boiling milk in a shallow, large, open-milled steel or stainless steel pan with two handles known as kadahai. Milk is continuously stirred during initial heat desiccation process and towards end of the production when milk reaches semi-solid consistency. It is scraped to prevent caramelization and browning. This stirring cum scraping is carried out using flat-edged, long-handled metal ladle scraper called the kunti. Traditionally, khoa is prepared by taking 4 to 5 liters of milk in a shallow iron or mild steel pan, and traditionally heating is on smoke-free fire and continuous agitation and scraping. Milk thickens with progressive heating and coagulated milk solids is seen on the surface. These mass is continuously scraped and brought back into the thickened milk when concentration of about 2.5 to 3 times has been attained with continuous rapid evaporation. Coagulated particles are brought together to form a pat. In the final stage of process, pan is removed from the fire and khoa is worked with the ladle. In organized dairies, double-jacketed stainless steel kettles with or without inbuilt scraper have replaces the kadai. Steam is circulated in the jacket. Continuous methods of khoa making involves use of scraped surface heat exchangers, which are steam-jacketed heating units with reciprocating spring-loaded scrapers. Now, varieties of khoa. There are three distinct varieties of khoa. They differ in their composition, body, textural characteristics, and preferred end use. There are three types, basically pindi, dhap, and danedar. Pindi variety is characterized as circular ball of hemispherical pat with compact mass, homogeneous and smooth texture, and it shall not show any sign of fat leakage or presence of free water. The grains are very small and uniform size throughout the mass. Pindi type khoa processes pleasant, heated, cooked flavor and devoid of objectionable taste like burnt or acidic taste. And this variety of khoa is best suited for barfi, peda, and other varieties of sweets. Next type of khoa is dhap. It is a raw or you can say kacha khoa and characterized by a loose but smooth texture and soft grains and sticky body. Dhap variety carries highest percentage of moisture over other varieties of khoa. This high moisture is necessary to provide adequate free water for soaking of maida, refined wheat flour and semolina, and for homogeneous distribution of other ingredients in the preparation of smooth gulab jamun balls. This variety of khoa is used in the manufacture of gulab jamun, kala jamun, pantoa, and carrot halwa, etc. Next is danedar. This is characterized by the uneven body, granular or texture with hard grains or different sizes and shapes embedded in viscous serum. Slightly sour milk is preferred in the manufacture of this variety as it is in a granular structure. This size of grains depends upon the amount of acidulant added and the acidity of the milk used. This variety of khoa is used in the manufacture of kalakand, milk cake, etc. The chemical composition of khoa will varies widely due to the manufacturing by unorganized dairy sector. The average percentage of total solids, fat, protein, lactose, and ash content in the lab samples of khoa were 80% total solids, 29% fat, 17% protein, 29% lactose, and 5% is ash content. Ideal characteristics of khoa refers to mild cooked flavor similar to the boiled milk, free from any objectionable and foreign flavor, having uniform and slightly granular texture. Cow milk khoa has pale yellow color, whereas buffalo milk khoa is in white in color with greenish tinge. Slight free fat on the surface of a khoa is a desirable characteristic. Hope you all are satisfied with this session. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapith, Women's University, Jaipur. If you have any query, please mention it in our comment box. I will resolve them whenever we have a live session. Thank you so much for watching this video.